Hello, and welcome to ColoradoTOWN Stories on Video. I'm John Story Brooks, and this is Berthoud's story. Well, I guess it was in the early 1800s when life really began to change in Colorado's northern Front Range. That's when the beaver trappers started to come into the area. An English engineer astronomer named David Thompson camped beside a crystal stream in 1810. The stream was named in honor of him, Thompson's Creek. Now, Thompson was employed by the Northwest Fur Company. He was hired to chart the lands beyond the end of Lewis and Clark's great expedition. The Northwest Fur Company bought fur and beaver pelts from the beaver trappers. When trappers' camps were made along the riverbanks, they were known as Big and Little Thompson camps, from which the Big and the Little Thompson rivers took their names. It was about 50 years later that gold was discovered in Colorado, and the rush was on to strike it rich. Not everyone struck it rich. As a matter of fact, many miners were unsuccessful in making it. So they moved to the valleys and returned to their former means of livelihood as farmers. The Homestead Act was passed in May 1862. It provided 160 acres of public land if he or she lived on the land for 5 years and improved it.
When the first claim was laid down on the Little Thompson River, Lewis Cross laid down the first claim.
The Transcontinental Railroad was completed May 10, 1869. It opened the way for the building of many connecting lines, including the completion of the Colorado Central Railroad from Cheyenne to Longmont in 1877. A few years earlier, Lewis Cross had first established a settlement in Little Thompson Valley that he appropriately named Little Thompson. The coming of the Colorado Central Railroad provided the settlers with access to distant markets and placed the state's capital only a few hours away. Because of the water available from the river, the railroad used this little settlement for a stopping place or depot. As an indication of the impact which the completion of the railroad had on Little Thompson, Lewis Cross changed the name to Berthoud in honor of Captain Edward L. Berthoud, the chief civil engineer of the Colorado Central Railroad. Now, as is true with many technological advances, the railroad's problems became Berthoud's problems. After the train stopped in the valley, the steam engines required a tremendous amount of power to climb the hills on either side to come in or out of the valley. Peter Turner, in 1880, having heard the plans of the railroad to move its depot either to the north or to the south to avoid this, went to railroad officials and offered to lay out a town site on his homestead. Thus it was, in the winter of 1883 and 1884, just 6 years after Berthoud had heralded the coming of the railroad, it was forced to move about a mile north to its present location above Little Thompson Valley, nestled in the foothills of the great Colorado Rocky Mountains.
We think Berthoud is a pretty picturesque place. We have many amenities, and of course, as you look around, you see we're situated nicely. Beautiful view, unobstructed, of the mountains.
After the new town site had platted on Peter Turner's homestead, Berthoud blossomed into a bustling agricultural center.
We raise corn, shell corn, silage corn. We raise sugar beets. We raise hay. And then we raise a lot of barley for Coors. And Coors did a commercial honoring the American farmer, and it's called 52 Years. And it tells about our farming operation and raising barley for Coors.
Farmers prospered from crops grown with irrigation water, diverted from the Big and Little Thompson rivers.
During the 1920s, some of the farmers were running out of water during some of the dry years, so The Colorado Big Thompson project was conceived about that time and built during the next 30 years to provide a supplemental supply of water for primarily irrigation. And as the area has grown during those years, our water now is used for municipal use, industrial use, as well as for farming.
By the time the automobile age had arrived in the early 1900s, Berthoud had earned a reputation as a thriving community with a bustling downtown and tree-lined residential streets.
Whether you live in our surrounding district with acreage for horses, or in town living in a new development or Victorian cottage, you'll find friendly neighborhoods, low crime rates, and an energetic sense of community. We like to say, it's better in Berthoud. We're growing families with great recreation opportunities at our many town parks, and a one-of-a-kind BMX track, and our own observatory.
Our main goal is to educate students K through 12 in math and physics and in science, and we're using astronomy as our teaching tool.
We take pride in our schools, from academic scholarships to music, co-curricular activities, and many state titles in local sports. Berthoud consistently ranks high on school achievement reports from the state. Berthoud is centrally located within easy driving distance to 3 major universities. Colorado State University, 20 miles to the north. The University of Northern Colorado, 28 miles to the east. And CU in Boulder, 27 miles south.
There are people who are nuclear physicists, who are chemists, who are brilliant in their fields and who travel all over the world but choose to live right here.
If you build within the Berthoud Fire Protection District, you're going to pay lower insurance premiums than you are in other areas of the state because of our low insurance ratings.
It's safer in Berthoud.
We feel that we have quite a good future here. And my guess is that quality will attract quality. A number of other buildings on the horizon, and good, slow, graduated growth to preserve what we have here.
Future residents of Berthoud within the Prairie Star community, the goal would be for them not to have any carbon-based energy consumption, but be a net zero renewable energy-based community.
Welcome to Berthoud, the garden spot where good things grow. What do we mean by that? Berthoud has grown from an agricultural-based community to growing into a destination community. Why? Could it be the gorgeous climate with over 300 days of sunshine? The mountains at our doorstep that offer an outdoor wonderland of hiking, biking, camping, skiing, or even fishing and boating on nearby lakes? Is it the ample open space, green belts, and parks that give people the feeling of not being crowded like other towns or cities? Recently, Berthoud's award-winning Main Street program has transformed Mountain Avenue into an aesthetically pleasing place to stroll, shop at one of our many unique gift stores, or sit down to dinner at a local restaurant.
The Berthoud Day tradition began as a hotcakes festival called Flapjack Days. In the beginning, Flapjack Days were filled with royal coronations, seed-spitting contests, and the eating of thousands of hotcakes. Every year, the Chamber of Commerce would fill up a cement mixer with batter and cook thousands of hotcakes. The remnants of this tradition remain strong, with the Boy Scouts of America serving a pancake breakfast at the Lions Depot and a parade down Mountain Avenue. Berthoud Day takes place every summer and is an all-day event that begins at 6 o'clock a.m. and doesn't stop until well into the evening. The seed-spitting contest may be no longer, but it has been replaced by music, great food, and games for children of all ages. Colorado E-News, emailed to thousands of business owners and community leaders in your area every week. Contact us to learn more. ColoradoTOWN.com is an online community network featuring over 300 towns and regions in Colorado. ColoradoTOWN.com. Thousands of pages, millions of hits. Let us send some to you.